Welcome to the Prophecy Club. We are going to continue talking about Israel, but I'm about to bring you some very important information on it. This morning I woke up out of a dream, and I believe it is saying that soon Leslie and I will be getting speaking invitations. The people are about to reach the point where they can see that this ministry has been telling them the truth, and they're about to reach the point to where they want to know what God is saying. Right now the church is, how should we say, happy, and they don't need to hear about all this, quote, negative stuff. But based upon the dream, apparently it's saying that is soon to change. Part of it was a warning to me that I should stay on course when I go to speak. In other words, don't take any tangents. Just stay on course with just the things he's told me. And so that's what I will do. I'll continue to point them down the path of Jesus, avoid any kind of side trips which could bring any questions. Now, indirectly, I think it's saying a lot more. I think it's saying more to all of America, and that is, indirectly, I believe it's saying that, what we've been bringing forth is actually correct, and judgment on America is soon to arrive. I believe that it's saying the match has been lit, the line has been crossed, and 2020 is the year of a lot of change. So I'm going to go through and kind of give a summary of these prophecies in their probable order. Yes, I know I've kind of touched on it here and there, but this is a more complete order. Part of it's a guess, and when it's a guess, I'll tell you it's a guess, and when it's a thus saith, I'll say this is a thus saith. First of all, I'm going to start with a guess. My guess is that President Trump is about to be acquitted out of this Senate trial about all of this impeachment stuff. I don't think that what he has done is anything wrong with it, and it certainly doesn't arise to the level of being worth impeachment. Why are they doing this? I believe because, again, they know that there's 144,844 sealed indictments out there, and they're scared out of their mind. They are not able to sleep at night. They're biting their nails. They are scared like they've never been because God is about to bring judgment on them. And I think, this is my guess, that arrests are soon to begin. It's my guess that the Dems will probably come against Trump after this acquittal with another immediate attack, and I do not know what it is, but a guess would probably be his taxes. Also, I believe that the Dems are not going to stop attacking, as their father is the accuser of the brethren. That's what they do. That's how they live. Blackmail. That's how they live. Also, you need to understand that Trump's peace plan does split Israel. I'm about to play for you what he actually said, but I'm going to read for you what he said so you can make certain you understand it, because this is real important. At 1 p.m., January 29th, 2020, President Trump with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced the deal of the century. The Trump Middle East peace plan does split Israel. Here's part of what he said at 8:03 in the talk. 8 minutes and 3 seconds in, he said, under this vision, Jerusalem will remain Israel's undivided, very important, undivided capital. But hang on. He goes on to say something else. It's going to remain that way, and the United States will recognize Israeli sovereignty over the territory that my vision, in other words, he's saying that this is his vision to bring peace to Middle East, which means it is Trump that is, or the United States, that is about to split Israel over the territory that my vision provides to be part of the state of Israel. Very important. And crucially, and now at 9:07 in the talk, he says the proposed transition to a two-state solution. So when he says two-state solution, he's not suggesting that Egypt and Jordan will be giving the Palestinians territory and all the Palestinians will be leaving Israel, like should be going on. Instead, the two-state solution is splitting Israel. Here, I'll let you listen to him say it himself.
Under this vision, Jerusalem will remain Israel's undivided, very important, undivided capital. And crucially, the proposed transition to a two-state solution will present...
Here, let me play it for you again.
Under this vision, Jerusalem will remain Israel's undivided, very important, undivided capital. And crucially, the proposed transition to a two-state solution will present.
When he says two-state solution, that is splitting Israel. Let me say it again. When he says two-state solution, that is splitting the land of Israel.
Two-state solution, two-state solution, two-state solution.
The meeting may have concluded at about 12:53 Eastern Standard Time, and at 2:10 p.m. an earthquake struck in the Caribbean Sea. If it concluded at 12:53, and that has not been confirmed, but if it did, that would mean 77 minutes later, a large earthquake struck the Caribbean Sea, and the shaking was felt all the way to South Florida. Well, people in Miami reportedly felt the quake. Well, as you recall, that's Trump's residence. You see, Trump's official residence moved from New York, and he now officially lives in Florida. Okay, so what is that saying? 7 is the number of God, so that would mean that 77 minutes after Trump announced the plan to split Israel, his new home in Miami was shaken by an earthquake. But not just any earthquake, because if it was concluded at 12:53, it means that God put a shot across Trump's bow saying, I'm warning you, don't split Israel. And a Miami article said people all over Miami say that they felt buildings swaying after a massive earthquake measuring, and here it is, 7.7 magnitude was centered between the islands of Cuba and Jamaica on Tuesday. Meaning, so Trump announces the splitting of Israel. 77 minutes later, he's hit with a 7.7 magnitude earthquake that shakes his new home in Miami, Florida. Is that a shot across the bow? Brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, just like my dream told me this morning, things are about to change. See, some people don't think Trump's peace plan will be implemented. They say, well, how is that going to affect the prophecy? Well, in that, the 7.7 magnitude earthquake happened, and if it wasn't 77 minutes after, it's close enough. Okay, in other words, even if it was an hour and 10 minutes afterwards, I mean, getting hit, your home, Donald Trump's home, getting shaken less than an hour, or maybe a little over an hour after he said he was going to split Israel, yeah, I think that's a shot across the bow. I think that's confirmation that, yes, this is, in God's eyes, splitting Israel. And he has said, now I'm about to read them, I've actually got 13 different prophecies that say, if America splits Israel, God will split America. Here, let me play an audio of what Jared Kushner, the guy that actually wrote this all up, the guy that actually put it all together, let you hear what he says about this splitting of Israel.
And getting Israel to agree to a Palestinian state and also agreeing to a map is an amazing first step that will make us be more closer to peace in the near future. If it takes the land, which is very complicated because this issue's been ignored for so many years, and Israel's expanded more and more, which made it harder and harder for the Palestinians to have a place that they could have a state. It doubles the territory that they have the ability to have.
They have also put out a map showing the territory that they will be giving to the Palestinians. If you look at the map, that's definitely splitting Israel. Now, again, I love Trump. I think he's the best president in my lifetime, but good men still make mistakes. Now, does God approve of Trump's new peace plan? Absolutely, positively not. No, 1,000 times no. Here's the thing. I've already written 2 letters to the president specifically telling him, do not split Israel or God will split America, and I didn't even get a response. I understand when you write the president, he always sends you back some kind of letter. I didn't. For either one of the letters, I never got a response back. I never got a letter, meaning it was probably thrown in the trash. That means it's now your turn. If you love this nation, if you believe what I'm about to read, 12 different prophecies saying we split Israel, God's going to split America. If you believe that, it's your turn. Your turn to write a letter, make a phone call. I don't know how you do it, but if you want to save America, if you want to have a little bit more time, the ball's in your court now. Let's go on. I've been saying that there's actually 12 prophecies, but I found another one. Matter of fact, it's up to 13 now. I believe that this is the start of the 8 prophecies leading to Russia attacking this nation. This is the start. Omer ushers in Palestinian state has a high probability of being seen this year. If this Trump peace plan is confirmed sometimes between the dates of April the 12th and May 29th, those are the 49 days, or the 49 days called the counting of the Omer. If it's confirmed in that time, then it would be a high probability that some newspaper someplace in the world, possibly the Jerusalem Post, would actually have the newspaper headline that says Omer ushers in Palestinian state. If that happens, brothers and sisters, stick a fork in us. We're done. In other words, all the rest of the prophecies are probably going to come to pass, meaning these next few months are crucial. If we don't get the message out now, do not split Israel. If we don't get that message, we're sunk. If you want to be a part of the solution, if you want to help this nation continue and us not split Israel, let me encourage you to join our fast track team. Anytime you want to, join at prophecyclub.com, because that's part of what we pray for. We do the same fast, same prayer, 1,400 of us, some odd, and you can join that, and your prayer can rattle into the throne room. One of the things we're praying for is that we will not split Israel. prophecyclub.com, join our fast track team. Every Tuesday evening, beginning at midnight, we begin our fast, and we stop it Wednesday afternoon at 4 p.m. We just ask you not to eat any solid food and, of course, take your prescriptions. Now, let me give you a couple more guesses, then I'll read the prophecies. So, the guess is that probably after the Senate impeachment trial concludes, probably we will begin to see the arrests of these 144,844 sealed indictments. Probably. Many of them are international bankers. And according to the dream that I had, the international bankers are the ones that have control of and can detonate the suitcase nukes. Do you suppose that they might set them off in retaliation for them being arrested? Does this cause chaos like America has never seen? Could that be called judgment? Could that be what will bring the miracles? Well, the mainstream media are obviously going to blame it on Trump. Remember, the fall of America will start with an internal revolution. I think we're in the early phases of that, started by the communists. I think right now when we see 100% everything Trump does in the media is always negative, and everything that his opponents say is always wonderful. They are causing anger in the hearts of the people, started by the communists. So they also have another phrase, no justice, no peace. So if they don't get it their way, what they're saying is they're going to tear up America. Now let's go to the prophecies about the split of Israel causing the split of America. Prophet Sundar Selvaraj, November 30, 2011, I saw a mighty angel with a drawn sword appear before me and said, Israel will be betrayed by her closest friend, and the nation that will betray Israel, the same fate will happen to her. A map of the United States appeared before the angel. Then the angel pulled back his sword and stuck it into the center of the United States and said, the nation that will be responsible for dividing the land of Israel will likewise be separated into 2. Maurice Sklar, March 15, 2014. Then, to my horror, I saw a massive sword crashing down on Lady Liberty. When it hit the top of her head, there was a blinding flash of light, and the sword split her in 2, right down the middle. Then the sword came again and again against her. It divided her in pieces. As the sword would finish each strike, fires would burst out. I heard terrible explosions. The vision of the statue ended with an earthquake. An earthquake. Did you hear that? An earthquake. As it was hacked into pieces and sunk into the harbor. Leslie Johnson, this is April 15, 2002. She was told that Arafat would go into the hospital and die there. 11/11/04, 3:30 a.m., just like she was told, Arafat died into the hospital. Israel will give the Palestinians a state, was the rest of the prophecy. The Palestinian state will be a temporary measure to allow the Israelis time to strengthen their military. Oil will be discovered in Israel. The oil will make the Jews willing to fight for the land. Then Israel and America will go against most of the rest of the Arab world. Then August 8th, 2015, I heard the audible voice of God say, "This is the time of miracles." And he downloaded to my heart is as the judgment hits, so will my miracles. Miracles like no one, going back to Adam, has ever seen. January 2206, Leslie Johnson was once again spoken to the audible voice of God. She was given 7 newspaper headlines. This is the order that they were given to her, not necessarily the order that they will be fulfilled. Israel refuses help to America. Omer ushers in Palestinian state, and our best guess is that's probably the 49 days from first fruits to Pentecost. Catastrophe hits America. Don't know for sure, but that's probably the earthquake. One of America's greatest times of need. Israel is attacked. America sends troops. Chaos reigns as Americans protest help to Israel. In other words, we turn our back on Israel. Then she heard my voice quoting Dimitri Dudum, and the fall of America will start with an internal revolution. Shane Warren, in 2012, I heard a booming voice speak from behind me saying, "They divided my land, now I will divide their land." He was speaking about Israel, specifically Jerusalem. There is a 400-year judgment cycle, and America's judgment arrives in 2020. Say it again. America's judgment arrives in 2020. Michael Boldea. Michael, his younger brother Serge, and another proven prophet, February 3rd, 2006. All had the same dream, the same night showing an earthquake hitting California. The earthquake will be the largest of this generation, will cause the Golden Gate Bridge to fall. Large chunks of California will fall into the ocean. It will affect 10 states and will cause the lines on the maps of America to have to be redrawn. That's an earthquake. Pastor Dan Bowler, November 1997. The Lord said, "What you have just heard is the platelets of the earth shifting in the central part of the United States. There will be mercy before this judgment earthquake." Now, what's the mercy? My guess is that we are in the midst of that mercy now because Trump has brought the jobs back, our economy up, everything is booming. And right now the people are rejoicing. $7,000 for a ticket to go watch the Super Bowl. What? Yeah, well. And how are the ministries in America faring? Well, I can tell you ours, not so good. Let's go on now. When this happens, you will know that the big earthquake you prophesied will split this nation, America, right down the middle. If they split Jerusalem, it will happen, just as I have told you. Timothy Snodgrass, November 20, 2001. God will divide the United States along the New Madrid Fault. If the United States divides Israel, America will be ripped in half, unquote. I received a vision of America being ripped in half like a veil from east to west, ripping it from north to south, and the Holy Spirit spoke to me and said, "If America wishes to divide Jerusalem in half, America shall be divided in half." I saw a major earthquake along the New Madrid Fault line, which literally divided America in half, east to west, creating a new gulf which stretched from the Great Lakes in the north all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico in the south. I received another vision of a great quake centered in the 9.0 range, centered on the U.S. West Coast. Well, how many times do we have to hear this? Well, since America doesn't seem to be listening so good, apparently a lot more. Then, July 13, 2008, my wife, Prophet Leslie Johnson, had a dream. The Lord showed me an earthquake will take place somewhere between Lake Michigan, Lake Erie, and Tupelo, Mississippi. I was impressed that Lake Michigan and Lake Erie will empty down to at least Tupelo, Mississippi, and perhaps further south, possibly even to the Gulf of Mexico. Elaine Durham, October 22, 1976. The angel pointed in front of me, and a wide view of land and water opened up, so that at first I thought I was seeing two countries. Instantly it was made known to me that I was looking at a vastly changed portion of North America, which was completely divided by a large body of water, which had lost a large part of both eastern and western shorelines. It was informed to me that this may be avoided. Say it again, that's good news. This may be avoided based upon our choices as a nation, obviously splitting Israel. The area of water in the middle of the United States was massive. and was widest or most extensive in the north. There were no Great Lakes as we have known them, for all of them had come together into a huge sea that extended northeastward into the ocean. The inland sea also extended southward, filling most of the Mississippi River valleys and widening by many, many miles the Mississippi River where it flows into what we now know as the Gulf of Mexico. This sea was so vast that I knew it could not be bridged, and so in essence the United States had become two separate countries. May 2008, Pastor John Kilpatrick. John was shown a vision of a financial storm and a new Madrid earthquake in the near future around the same time. The earthquake will come because of America's actions in dividing the land of Israel by the creation of a Palestinian state, at the pressure of U.S. policy. Israel belongs to the Lord, and if you divide his land, he will divide your land. So here's a quick summary. So we're looking at, based upon many of the prophecies out there, a financial storm, dollars blowing in the wind, worthless as leaves. A new Madrid earthquake. 10 Muslim nations begin bartering in gold, crashing the dollar. Riots in America. We want our entitlements. Judgment. Sevenfold miracles. Trump's deal of the century. A Palestinian state. America splits Israel. God splits America. Well, my opinion, all of this hinges. I think the reason that we have been so blessed is that Trump has blessed Israel. He's recognized Israel, or specifically Jerusalem, as the capital of Israel. That made a lot of people mad. Then on top of that, he moved our embassy to Jerusalem. Then he gave Israel rights over their Golan Heights, which is necessary for them to maintain their security for Israel. 3 very big things that Trump or America did for Israel. And I think that our prosperity and many of our blessings, the jobs coming back, many of the things we've seen is because we have blessed Israel. So, if you want to be a part of the solution, if you want to see our nation continue in prosperity and happiness, somehow, I don't know how, I know we got to pray, we got to do more than pray. We got to fast, we got to do more than fast. Somehow, my brothers and sisters, we have got to get the message, do not split Israel. You bless Israel, and this is not blessing Israel. Do not split Israel. If you can't bring peace, fine, walk away from it. There is no obligation on your part to bring peace in the Middle East. Walk away from it. Let God deal with it, but do not hurt Israel. Do not split Israel. Do not split Israel. I'll say it again. Do not split Israel. Toss it in the trash. Turn away from them. Walk away from them. They do not know what they're talking about. I don't care who it is. Walk away. Walk away. Either you bless Israel or you walk away. One or the other. You do not hurt Israel. You do not split their land, or God is going to split our land. Now, all of this kind of leads up to where is this all going? Assuming we can't stop the splitting of Israel, then that means that hard times are coming to America, and they're coming soon. If President Trump's home is shaken within a couple of hours of him announcing a Palestinian state, you can rest assured that God is not pleased with it. And you can also rest assured that judgment is just around the corner. Probably shortly after we split Israel, God's going to split America. So what do we do about it? We get prepared, brothers and sisters, and find groceries and things like that, preparations, that's fine. But the most important thing is to get spiritually prepared to minister in those times. That brings the next question. Why should I come to the Sevenfold Miracle Crusade? We will get you prepared to teach prophecy, walk in sevenfold miracles. We're going to start our 3-day consecutive fast together Sunday night at 8 p.m. We'll break it together at the Passover meal when the meeting begins Wednesday, April the 8th. We'll all observe the Feast of Passover, unleavened bread, and first fruits, all asking God for miracles to begin. Leslie is going to anoint you with oil and ask God to give you a prophetic anointing, a prophet's anointing. Leslie is going to teach her School of the Prophets, preparing you to walk in miracles. And I'm going to anoint you with oil to receive the spirit of revelation I received when I memorized the book of Revelation. I'll teach you how to understand and teach Bible prophecy. We also have deliverance sessions for those that needs them, which probably is most people. You will receive a personal prophecy from a senior prophet. You will have the opportunity to be water and spirit baptized. It's 3.5 awesome days preparing you to teach prophecy and walk in sevenfold miracles in the days ahead. Registration begins at $350 or $400 at the door. Get signed up quickly at sevenfoldmiraclecrusades.com. sevenfoldmiraclecrusades.com. Then go to prophecyclub.com. Order my 2 books, The Secret Door to Understand Bible Prophecy. Read and study that so that you will know that what you are teaching when it comes to Bible prophecy is accurate. And order the second book, my new book, which is now in, called Miss the Mark. Miss the Mark is 1 for $20, but don't do that. We offer that in shrink-wrap sets of 10. 1 set, $25, 2 sets, $40, 4 sets, $60 at prophecyclub.com. What would you do if you had to tell a person the most important thing in the world, but you knew they wouldn't believe you? I believe most of you listening would still tell them. That brings us to the second question. What is the most important thing in the world? All people, all nations, all languages, every beating heart, what is the most important thing in the world? The most important thing in their life? The answer? Don't take the mark of the beast. Because those people taking the mark of the beast do not get soul death, but they have eternal torment in hell with the beast, the false prophet, and Lucifer, Revelation 14:9-11 and 20:10. But the best way to tell them not to take the mark of the beast is to give them my new book, Miss the Mark. Don't take the mark of the beast. In my new book, Miss the Mark, I expose the 9 deceptions that the beast will use to deceive, if it were possible, even the very elect. It does not teach them complicated Bible prophecy. It's a simple book designed to be handed to any person on the street, even if they have another God, and briefly explains the tribulation, the beast, the Antichrist, and when they get done reading this book, they will never take the mark of the beast. 1 for $20, but don't do that. We offer them in shrink-wrap sets of 10. 1 set for $25, 2 sets $40, 4 sets $60 at prophecyclub.com. In 2017, God blessed me by helping me to memorize the book of Revelation just as a simple project. God showed me a secret door, which is based upon a single word found in Revelation and Leviticus, linking the feasts to the prophecies. When linked, a person enters into an understanding of Bible prophecy not previously known. Even though I've been in the world of Bible prophecy for 40 years, frankly, I did not know anything of what is in this book. One prophetic word described it this way. There is a lock that I have put over a word in the book of Revelation that I'm going to open to you. It will turn so many books written on the end-time message into obsolete books. That's this book. 2 amazing prophecy charts on the back flap, 12 inches by 9 inches. Imagine a book on prophecy that brings a fresh, new, accurate perspective. I don't want you to get 1 book for $20. I want you to get 5 books for $30 or 10 for $55. It's called The Secret Door to Understand Bible Prophecy, available at prophecyclub.com. The Secret Door to Understand Bible Prophecy. 1 for $20. No, don't do that. You want to get 5 for $30 or the best deal, 10 for $55. prophecyclub.com. The easiest way to listen and watch Prophecy Club YouTube videos is to download our free app from the App Store. This is not to be confused with watchprophecyclub.com, where you can watch 26 years and over 300 DVDs for a subscription of $20 a month or $200 a year. The app allows you to watch our YouTube videos and listen to our radio programs very easily. Go check it out at your App Store.